Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our board meeting of May 6th. We had to wait till our leader of the pledge is going to help us lead the pledge tonight, Mr. Joe Finleys. Come on, Joe. Okay.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. That was nice, Joe. Good job again. Next is the approval of the minutes of the April 15th meeting. Need a motion, please?
Motion by Swett to approve.
Support by DeFelice.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I feel like I'm sitting in tonight. I can't even sit in the first row. Next is the comments from Board of Education members and administrators. We'll start with Mr. Francisconi.
Nothing, thank you.
Mike?
Nothing, thank you.
Green?
I don't have anything.
Swit?
Nothing at this time.
I just want to, I'll wait till later.
Okay.
I'll wait till later.
Welcome. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
That's what I was going to say to my wife, but I figured we'd wait.
Next, we have the public hearing. Is anyone from the public wish to be heard at this time? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
John, this is echoing.
Turn off your...
On the agenda tonight, you're going to hear a recognition of 3 teachers that are on there. They are the Teachers of the Year. And we have some really quality people, and every year it's very difficult to pick which ones become the Teacher of the Year. We have a committee that makes, first of all, there has to be letters of recommendation that come in for that teacher from parents, from administrators, from past students. We then take that to a committee. The committee then makes a recommendation to Mr. Blaskowski, Mr. Hedmark, and myself, and then the Teacher of the Year is selected. And I know we're going to be doing this in a minute, but this is on TV, and it's going to be on TV. So can I have the 3 Teachers of the Year please stand, and can we give them a round of applause? There was a program at the intermediate school district that took all of the Teachers of the Years from all the 21 school districts in the county, and they were recognized there also a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. The only other thing that I'd like to tell the board is that coming back from Lansing is still as depressing as it was every year in the past. I was there on Thursday and Friday. We had members of the House, members of the Senate from both sides of the aisle that came down. They are still arm wrestling over the budget. I don't know how we are going to go into negotiations or do anything as far as establishing a budget for the fall when we won't have a budget, it looks like, until the fall. Both aisles are saying that they want this, they want that. The 45-cent gas tax does not look like it has enough support to fly. $2.5 billion is needed for the roads. I think the governor is willing to take some kind of compromise to get to that amount of money. It does not look like a compromise is well in hand or close. And I think it's going to be a long summer. I hope I'm wrong. And if they have a budget by June 1st, I'll eat crow and say, I'm good, I'm happy, but it doesn't, at this point, look real good at all. That's all I have.
I'm sorry I came back to you.
Well, thank you.
Mark?
Nothing at this time.
Hey, Mr. Hedmark?
On Saturday, we had the Manfreda Dream Dash at the high school for the Scholarship Foundation. Miss Tamala and Miss Rogers, Miss Gabriel did one heck of a job putting together a great event, and it was really nice and really nice with the community involved. So thank you to all of them.
Mr. Denning?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Steele?
Not at this time.
Sure we're hearing from you later, right? That's correct. Okay, good. Now the public. Does anyone from the public wish to be heard at this time? There'll be another public hearing at the end. Okay, public hearing is closed. Now the fun stuff. The Outstanding Teacher of the Year Awards. I'm going to turn over to Mr. Blaskowski. Staff,
look at the
if you,
salaries.
board members, if you want to come down for
You
the
can't go by
teachers,
that.
you're welcome.
You gotta look at the week, you can do a contract, because there's so much shit in there.
Shall we make do this in high school too? Standing room.
Good evening, everybody. Nice crowd. Thanks for coming tonight. It's a really nice night where we get to recognize some of our teachers. We have 3 outstanding teachers we're going to recognize tonight, and we get to start out with Meryl. Come on up. In front of everybody, so I can read about you. Meryl Pantelio has been a dedicated teacher in the Roseville Community Schools family for the past 24 years. Her commitment to education has been a tremendous impact on students, parents, and colleagues of Roseville Community Schools. Her success has been built on hard work, Meryl's ability to engage the community, nurture positive relationships, and create an environment conducive to learning. All while assuming numerous leadership positions are a few of the many reasons that she has been selected as an outstanding elementary teacher of the year. Patton students know Ms. Pantelio as the teacher who is warm and caring, tough but fair. They respect her for setting high expectations academically and behaviorally. She inquires about their interests and shows enthusiasm for their accomplishments in and out of the classroom. Her students know she has their best interest at heart and will always support them academically, socially, and emotionally. Past students routinely seek her out to share good news or just say hello to her. Ms. Pantelio maintains an environment conducive to learning through physical design, management techniques, and effective, impactful instruction. She motivates and excites students to learn by finding unique, creative ways to make lessons accessible and fun. In this classroom, learning is an active practice. Her plan for success includes earning targets, captivating lessons, and activities that allow students to engage more deeply in understanding content more personally, with time to reflect on their lessons. Meryl successfully integrates activity practice centers for problem solving, promotes active discussions, group work, demonstration, and modeling. That's a lot of stuff. Each child's success is based on a personal educational continuum. Professionally, Meryl has a positive relationship with her colleagues and has earned the respect. She regularly collaborates with other teachers and staff and also takes on positions of leadership such as leading school improvement, professional development sessions, and heading committees. She takes an interest in educating issues, keeping up on the latest news, and serves as a mentor for new teachers and student teachers. Ms. Pantelio has invested over 2 decades educating Roseville students in an equitable classroom where mutual respect exists among a community of learners and the individual is valued, their needs are met, and there is an excitement to learn. Congratulations, Meryl, on being selected as the 2018-19 Outstanding Elementary School Teacher of the Year. Could I have Jeannie Williams come on up here, please?
While you were
way in the
reading that,
back.
Jeannie Williams was nodding her head in agreement of everything that you were saying.
I agree with that. You said it by yourself, huh?
I have known Meryl I've been in the district, this is my 21st year. 19 years ago, I met her. I was a new teacher in the district, and I was working for her dad, Don Coolidge. And that's when I first met Meryl. So now, flash forward 15 years, and I became a principal, and I got to start working with Meryl. And I tell you what, she makes a huge difference at Patton Elementary School. All that she does for staff, for students, the extra time she puts in, and the emphasis that she places on learning and education it's unbelievable. 24 years in the district, it's an honor to work with her.
I just want to say how honored I am to receive this award. I'd like to thank all the people who nominated me, the staff, the students, the parents. It's been a very, very nice honor. And I've pretty much been in this district since I was born. My dad worked here when I was born, so I've been in this district for 47 years. So this is where I've grown up. This is my home. I've been at Patton full-time since I've been hired, and that's my other family. And I appreciate all the people that are here to support me tonight. Ms. G, Ms. Meesman, Ms. Bacone, Ms. Gaska, Ms. Mazzola, Mr. Miller, Ms. Williams, my husband, Jack. So, you know, it's been a great ride. Thank you.
If you get a chance, as you leave the boardroom, to the left as you walk out are the Teacher of the Year's pictures hanging on the wall. Mr. Janae, when is this going to be on TV?
Next week.
Let's see, Mr. Benton, are you here? Come on up. And we're going to honor Al Schweihofer. So, Al, come on up. Al, did you start about 97?
I did start in 97.
Yeah, so how was my classroom?
Oh, it's fantastic. I've been 106, 204, 17.
So when I moved over to Eastland as an assistant principal, Al took my science position over at Roseville Middle School. And of course he outshined me, but that's okay. So we'll say some nice words about you, Al. Al Schweihofer has one of the most dynamic and captivating classrooms at Roseville Middle School. His classroom is a bustling, active learning environment where students experiment not only through instruction, but their own thoughts and ideas. Mr. Schweihofer has created an environment where students are comfortable with making mistakes while being able to learn from them. Al regularly exhibits the concept of differentiation in his lesson plans. The use of group work along with purposeful structures within those groups creates a culture of equity and learning. Students are encouraged to participate in hands-on lessons, promoting a fun and exciting atmosphere. Al has engaged in the NGSS, which is the Next Generation Science Standards, training with enthusiasm over the past year and a half. He regularly speaks about how exciting he is about the implementation of these standards. He has advocated for further training for his department, and in fact, they're doing some pilot stuff, aren't you?
Yes, growth in science.
Yeah, so in addition to professional growth in science, Al partakes in professional development in the to best assist middle school students in today's world. Over the years, he had sought training for himself in CHAMPS to help make his classroom a safe, inclusive, and productive environment for kids. Being one of the leading teachers for and in use of the restorative practices as a proactive measure for students, Al has been able to maintain a positive and energetic classroom where students feel cared for. He understands that students learn differently and at different paces. In addition, Mr. Schweihofer opens his doors and plans for the specific use of interventionists in his classroom to assist struggling students, while at the same time pushing those that need to be challenged. Mr. Schweihofer has taken a very active role in Roseville Middle School for many years. He is a longtime science department chair, providing valuable input into initiatives being implemented. With the support of Al provides to his colleagues, the department is easily one of the most collaborative in the building. And there's rumors that they stay really late, which is good. So they're dedicated. As a former school improvement chair, Al understands the importance of school improvement. He diligently works to make the educational changes necessary to meet the ever-changing demands placed on students. Al has always exhibited extreme professionalism with each challenge. He regularly meets after school events and serves on school committees such as the Restorative Committee. Mr. Schweihofer's dedication is evident in his teaching practices. He is a valuable asset to Roseville Middle School and a true leader within the building. Congratulations, Al, on being selected as the 2018-19 Outstanding Middle School Teacher of the Year.
In addition to all of that, if I were to add anything, I think I would say, when I first met Al in 2010, I believe, when I became the assistant principal at Roseville Middle School, up until today, there's been a couple of key qualities of Al that I've been incredibly impressed with. One is just his humility. And his willingness to put kids first, his unrelenting positivity when it comes towards kids, and what he wants and expects out of the kids in his classroom. Absolutely puts kids and his care for kids first, and that shines through, and kids recognize that, which is incredibly important. You know, kids recognize that, parents recognize that, kids want to be a part of Al's classroom, and that speaks volumes for the work that happens in there, you know, every single day. As teachers, you know, we're in Teacher Appreciation Week, there's hundreds of things you do every single day that go unnoticed, that make up the culture, that make up your classroom. And Al, part of the accolades that you've received tonight are because of those hundreds of things you've done every day over the course of a career. The other quality I'd say that I've seen from Al that really sums up my, I think, 8-9 years of working with him is leadership. Al is a leader among staff. He brings that positivity to staff. He's a leader amongst his fellow teachers, amongst the principals. He's someone I know I can bounce ideas off of. He's one of those people that can be very guilty of turning to for leadership again and again and again. An absolute leader in the staff. So Al, congratulations.
Just a couple. Certainly, like Meryl said, it's a shock. You know, you go through your day, you go through your years, and you're doing what you do because you love it. And then something like this happens, where kind of out of the blue, you get an award like this, and it's you know, hearing all these things. It's very nice, refreshing to hear those things, and it's certainly a surprise. So it's an honor to be the Teacher of the Year for the middle school, and I am certainly very proud, and I hope I live up to all the past Teachers of the Year, and we can keep it over at the RMS for like ever, and it's a good place to stay. So, and I do want to thank, it's not just, you know, it's not just me, from Jason to all the principals I've had over the years, to the people I work with, they've all helped me to learn to do what I do. So I know I'm getting this award, but without them, the teachers that I've worked with, it would, you know, be impossible, because I've learned so much from everybody that, you know, I've been in contact with over these years. And certainly without my mom, who's in the back, and my dad, who, you know, gave me a lot of the qualities that were discussed here. Those things were nurtured from them when I was young. And then, of course, my wife and my 3 kids, Stacy, Alfred, Thomas, and Kaylin. You know, the love and support I get from them is it's immeasurable, and it certainly helps me to keep going and, you know, keep up the good fight. So, thank you.
You can see the humility. He's already honoring people that have helped him and deflecting from himself. So that's the kind of person Al is. He's a great team player as well, always willing to pitch in and help other people. Next up, we have our high school outstanding teacher, and that's Sarah Stark. Come on up here. Dr. Adams, could you come on up, please?
You can
stand there. Sarah.
Poor guy alone.
Any good teacher of students with cognitive impairment strives to ensure their students have a functional level of independence so that they can go on to be successful adults in the workplace, at home, and in the community. Over the years, Sarah Stark has completely transformed the CI program at Roseville High School, empowering students to succeed. They practice life skills regularly with real-life applications infused into all instruction. As students gain independence and mastery, they practice their skills in the building with various activities and jobs. Sarah schedules regular trips into the community so the students have yet another opportunity to practice their skills and demonstrate their ability to apply them in real-life situations. Both inside and outside of the building, Sarah is very intentional when planning student activities. By considering their unique needs and interests, she gets a high level of engagement from her students. At any given time, there could be 5 to 10 different activities or tasks that need to be accomplished. There is very little downtime and always something that needs to be done, which leads to a high level of excitement and motivation. That's why she's so organized. At least at school. The CI program has been transformed from a low-level academic program to an incredibly high-level life skills training program. As a result of Sarah's dedication to helping students become independent adults, students are thriving in ways unseen in the past. Sarah does an exceptional job scaffolding various skills so that the students can become more and more independent. Because she knows her students so well, she can carefully plan activities that will challenge each individual student, but also help them feel successful. Her students have a wide range of abilities, but she takes great care to make sure that each one of them learns and grows. Sarah serves as a member of the county-wide cohort of teachers for students with mild cognitive impairments. Through this cohort, she's helped develop curriculum and assessments for schools throughout the county. She has also helped to coordinate the district's Special Olympics team, which includes a significant amount of fundraising, planning, and communication with district and parent contacts. Sarah is active in planning Roseville High School's transition fair. She collaborated with local districts, combining their ideas with the specific student needs in Roseville to create a very supportive event for the students and parents alike. Sarah also coordinates various staff cohesion activities. Again, she uses her resources within the community to host fun, moral-boosting events with very little budget. Sarah works diligently to meet the academic, behavioral, and independent needs of her students. She implements ideas that will best serve them, going far above and beyond the call of duty to provide resources. Sarah has written and earned grants, hosted countless fundraisers, and put in plenty of her own personal funds to make ideas become reality. Her students have greatly benefited from her tireless efforts. Congratulations, Sarah, for being selected as the Roseville Community Schools 2018-19 Outstanding High School Teacher of the Year.
Sarah has a gift, but more than that, Sarah is a gift. She's a gift to us at the high school, but a gift to her students as well. And I say that because you have to realize how important she is to her kids. She is foundational in their lives. She is so important in what she does with their lives that I can't overspeak the gifts she brings. She's a disciplinarian at times. She's a mentor at times. She's a confidant. And what happens is, through her love for these kids, they excel and develop not only academically, but socially when she brings them out into the community to learn life skills. And you can see it when you go in their classroom, how much they revere her. And it's humbling to be in a building where someone who means so much to kids works beside you. So, Sarah, it's an honor to work with you and beside you, and thank you for what you do for kids.
I'm surprised. I was shocked when Mr. Adams came in and said that I won Teacher of the Year. I'm still very humbled by this award, and I appreciate everyone who was a part of the nomination in the support of my family. They really help with everything that I tried to do in the program. Many staff members here have donated to our program, and I would love to take the moment to thank you for kitchen items, laundry baskets, whatever we need household in the program, a gallon of milk. And I would like to thank this guy right here. Can you stand up? He is my inspiration for everything I do. Or come on up here. Thank you very much.
Special Olympics on Wednesday. We have Special Olympics on Wednesday at the Macomb Intermediate, no, at the college here on 12 Miles, so for all the schools in the county, so that'll be interesting. Always a nice event for our kids to go to and be part of.
Well, according to the agenda, we do spelling bee. At least that's what it says here. All right.
Yeah, that was the word.
He'll do Pat. Or his building will do Pat. Jason.
Yes, Dort. Mr. Zimmer, why don't you come on up here? Is Mr. Zimmer here? Oh, there he is. He moved. He was standing over there. Got to keep an eye on him.
When we have the students come up to do their recognition, we want you to recognize who they're brought you tonight. So parents want you to wait, we'll then brought the students and they're on the product too.
Very well. How are you? Good. Well, representing Dort Elementary, the spelling bee champion for us is Dylan Lee. Come on up here, Dylan. We're gonna wait. Dylan, who did you bring here with you?
My mom and my dad.
Your mom and your dad? Yep. Put your hands up so we can all see. Congratulations. Thank you. And do you remember the word that you won with? What was it?
Dismissal.
Dismissal. Okay, you can help me out with that one later then too. That's like a tough one.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Fountain. Mr. Komorowski. Each of the students will be receiving their own personal book called The Great Library Race, so that they can continue learning more words so they can repeat their performance.
So the student that we had at Fountain that won our spelling bee is Leah Pepito. Come on down. Do you remember the word that you won on?
Crackle.
Crackle. All right. So who'd you bring with you today?
My mom and my dad and my brother.
And Leah comes from a very good set of genes because I believe her brother won as well. So.
Mr. Lefevre. Mr. Lefevre is filling in for Ms. Torpy.
Well, we just can't get ready, can we? Oh,
It's been 4 years since I've been on one of these meetings. Not 44. First of all, it's Frankie Guerrero.
He was excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You guys are shaking your head enough. Oh, I know that. I was going to tell the story. You know, I was at this meeting today, and I found out I was supposed to be here. So I figured I ought to find out who our spelling bee winner was. So I tracked down Frankie, because I didn't know who he was. Now, principals don't understand this. Frankie's never been in the office since I've been there for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So I found Frankie, and he said he couldn't come tonight. So I will give this to Frank, okay? A book, too? Oh, that's wonderful.
What was his word?
Sprouted.
Next, we have Mr. Schultz. Come on down for Huron Park. I see Linda's coming up with them.
This is Linda Dryman, our Huron Park Spelling Bee winner. Like Mr. Lafitte said, Linda's hardly ever in the office. No, Linda's never in the office. Linda's one of those girls that is shocking when she does things like this, because she's always one of the most popular girls. She's also sweet, nice, kind, you know, so you don't expect her to sit up there and terrorize the boys and beat them and do so well as she did. So she did a great job. So Linda, what word did you win on?
Creature.
Creature. Come in, can you spell it?
I could look at that.
Who'd you bring, Linda?
My aunt, my uncle, and my cousin.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Next up, Mr. Stack, Comment Elementary School. Is Jason here tonight? Come on up, Jason. There he is.
Come on over, Jason. Good evening, everybody. This is Jason Whiteside. He is our spelling bee champion for the 2018-2019 school year. He does a great job, and similar to what some of the other principals said, I don't see him often in the office. I see him when he's dropped off every morning. I see him when I visit the classrooms. I get to see him in the lunchroom, but he does a great job. Jason, do you remember what word you won on?
It was Caribbean.
It was Caribbean. Tough word to spell. I just looked it up in case he tried to test me up here. And Jason, who'd you bring with you today?
My mom, my sister, my grandma, and my grandpa.
Very good. Well, congratulations. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Miss Williams, Patton Elementary. Is Jayla Rucker here today? There she is. Come on up.
Oh, you're lucky she didn't been outside. Shayla would have missed this for anything. Thank you. Now let me tell you a little bit about Jayla. She is so helpful around school. She's part of our ambassadors group. So on the bus every morning, she's helping with our kindergartners, making sure they get off. She also assists in the cafeteria at lunchtime. And I just want to sing her praise because there was a young lady that was eating lunch all by herself at the end of the table. And Jayla came up to me in the cafeteria and said, "This student is by herself. Would you mind if I got her and brought her back to the ambassador table where the 5th graders were?" And I said, "How about we do one better and you pick out one of your friends and both of you go and sit with her and really make her lunch." And that's what they did. So that's the kind of student that Jayla is. She's also an outstanding speller. Do you remember the word that you were? What was that winning word?
Salutation.
It was salutation. She's outstanding. And who did you bring with you?
My mom and my sister.
And I think Mr. Miller's back there too.
Okay, there you go. Here's your book, sweetheart.
Oh yeah, you get gifties.
Yeah.
Mr. Felker, Steeland Elementary. Alicia Lewis, is she here today? Okay.
All right, so Alasia's word was stylish. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, that's okay. I'll have her video it and I'll send it to you. Thank you.
Dr. Mickens, is Nino here? Come on up, Nino.
So Nino Pepito is our spelling bee champion, and I know you remember the word you spelled, right?
Leopard.
Leopard. Yes, Nino is another one of our very smart students, and now I was going to say Mr. Komorowski stole some of my thunder because I was going to say, hey, this is like a family affair. These guys are both brother and sister winning the spelling bee. So Nino, you can tell us who you brought.
My mom, my dad, and my sister.
Thank you.
And I'm sure he knows how to spell cougar, right? Because that's the mascot for Eastland. Not leopard. Next we have Roseville Middle School. Mr. Benton. Is Kylie here? Okay.
I will accept this on behalf of our spelling bee winner, Kylie Kramer. I don't know off the top of my head what the word is. Is it? Oh, miscreant. Well, I can also spell it because it's right in front of me, too, if needed. I do know what it means, but I will certainly give this the certificate and the book to Kylie, and I know Kylie will be very happy to receive the book because she was also the winner of some reading challenges we had going on all year long out of our media center. And won those challenges by reading 24 of the different books this year that were in the reading challenges, which explains why she won the spelling bee.
Next, we have our accolades for our dedicated teachers. Mr. Hedmark, could you kind of give a rundown of what they get for each year? Because I can never remember.
Yes, the service awards, for 10 years, they get a pin, a lapel pin. 15 years, it's a Roseville Community Schools pen. 20 years, they get the watch, and the watches have been upgraded. You will like those a lot. 25 years, you get the crystal apple. 30 years, you get a frame. 35 years, you get bookends, and for 40 years, you get a crystal bowl. So those are the awards that they are given, and they've worked very hard to get them.
So we have this organized by building, and so it's not only teachers, but it's also all the staff in our district that have dedicated so many years of service for us. So we're going to start out with the administration building, and we have, is Marcia here? What about Denise Schock? And yeah, who's with you today? How many years?
My Roseville family.
How many years?
15 years.
15 years. Your Roseville family's here, including some of your bosses?
Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you. By the way, Denise runs the front desk here as well as the dispatch for the buses. She's an angel. She's going to heaven immediately after a long, long life. You're not leaving yet. But she has to do so many things in that office, and she's answering the radio, answering the phone call, taking a message, sending another phone call. Oh, another thing. It's like, remember the old telephone ladies. You're like that. You're like constantly moving. So she does a wonderful job, and she's so friendly to the public that comes in, and we couldn't have a better person there. So thank you very much. We have Joe Smith, but I do not think he's here today. Okay. All right, we'll get him his accolades. Yep. All right, what do we have next? Okay, we have, is Lori Hawkins here? Or Karen Steelan? No. All right. Both of them are bus drivers for our district, and long-term, we have, Lori has 25 years driving a bus, and Karen Steelan has 30 years driving a bus.
Mr. Blaskowski, when the principals come up, if they would gather up any that were not here for their building and take them back, that'd be very helpful.
Okay. Got the bird, principals, make sure you take back any of the awards with you. Dort is next. Mr. Zimmer, come on up. Clear.
Hello again. So from Dort, first we will start with Marcia Boylan. If you can come on up here. Marcia has been in our district for 20 years. And last year, I believe it was last year, you were the Teacher of the Year. Is that correct? Yes. So she was Teacher of the Year last year, and this is her final year at Dort. She is a true professional. She's going to be going out with a bang. She is finishing hard. I got an email at like 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. There's no quit in this woman. She's gonna finish strong. And I was very, very impressed with one thing that I've learned. You taught first grade for a long time, and going into her last year, somebody had to move to second grade. She said, "I'll do it," and she's doing a tremendous job for us. So on behalf of Dort, and I'm sure the whole entire district, thank you for all 20 years of your service. You've done a great job. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Up next will be Megan Fochman. We are honoring 15 years of service for Megan Fochman. Megan is our upper elementary deaf and hard of hearing teacher. She does a great job with those kids. I go in there often. It's like a very small family atmosphere that she has there. Her and the other deaf and hard of hearing teacher, they work closely together. They're doing a phenomenal job, and I look forward to many more years working with Megan. So thank you very much.
There you go.
The Dort people are here with you? Okay. Up next is Autumn Bacone. Autumn is here being honored for 15 years of service to Roseville Community Schools. I can't say Dort. I need to say Roseville Community Schools. She is an auxiliary teacher. She is one of the physical education teachers in the district, so she's probably taught in every single elementary school we have to offer. I've been lucky enough to be the one who got to honor her tonight with the work that she does. I got to go in her classroom, high energy. She enjoys the kids enjoy her. She always helps out in the summer program too, and even puts on a field day for our summer programs. So that's going above and beyond. So thank you very much for what you do.
Well, I brought my husband and my two children and Patrick Einigner.
And I believe the last one from Dordt that's here tonight is Darlene Stevens. Darlene is celebrating 65 years with, no, just joking. She looks great though. Well, you can probably go ahead and guess what I'll say right there. After 20 years, still the same warm, upbeat attitude, always a smile on her face. She enjoys what she does, and she enjoys the people that she does it with. She's just lighthearted, and it really helps the whole staff, especially those times when we may get stressed out a little bit. She's our comic relief, but also very, very serious in the classroom and does a good job. And all of us at Dordt, thank you for that.
That's nice.
Do you want to say that it's just your husband and just your son?
No, my mom is back.
Oh, we got to let you take it.
My mom is there waving. It's my husband.
What's his name?
His name is Mike.
And he's bald. I love
Yes, we love him. And then my Dordt staff, I know they're not here just for me, but it's nice to see them. And then my son, who is a recent CMU grad as of Saturday.
I apologize. I want to add, how long have you taught on our summer school program as well? Since the very beginning, she's been working every summer to help our kids get better as well. I forgot. That was important. I wanted to mention that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Kids work for me every summer. Really? She might get I'll get it.
Dr. Mickens,
Get Mark bookends.
Eastland Middle School.
Mark Mertz bookends.
Okay, first off, we're going to have Mary Duncan. Come on down, 10 years at Eastland Middle School. And I saw her. Oh, there she is back here. So, if you've ever been in a middle school cafeteria, you will learn to appreciate our middle school, our staff that works in the cafeteria, because they're always they got to have a head on the swivel, because there's kids going all over the place and they're trying to collect money and give out food and make stuff. So I'm constantly in their kitchen, checking up on them, seeing how they're doing, and having cookies. So they do a fantastic job, and I appreciate them so much. Like I said, I'm in there with them all the time, and every day we're having little incidents and issues, trying to deal with different things, and they're very outgoing, and the kids definitely appreciate them. Who are you here with today?
My Roseville family, thank you. 10 years!
10 years, congratulations. Okay, I have not seen this person, but Derek Blackmare, is Derek Blackmare here? I didn't see him. I know I saw Kay Drake here, come on down. So, Mrs. Drake is celebrating 15 years in Roseville Community Schools. Congratulations, Kay. And Kay has done a few things for us here in Roseville Schools. She's also been the swim coach. How many years have you been a swim coach, Kay? It's been a while. She's been a swim coach. So she's worked with our high school swim team. She's also my department head at Eastland Middle School. She does a fantastic job, and I've been giving them some different challenges, and they have taken them in stride, and they've done a fantastic job. Who are you here with today?
Roseville family, came solo.
All right. So I'm here representing Kay. There you go. I have not seen Miss Gardner. Is Miss Gardner here? Okay. And Shelly Jacobs. Is Shelly Jacobs here? Okay. Melissa Pfeiffer. All right. Just making sure I don't forget anybody. And is Kathy Ramel here? She told me she was going to be. Yes, she is here. So. Kathy is celebrating 30 years teaching in Roseville Community Schools. She deserves a hand just for that. Before we got here today, Kathy she was hanging out at the school, and she was deciding if she was going to go home or come back, and I said, oh, go home. She says, I'm about 40 minutes away, and they were giving me grief about going home 40 minutes and then getting home and then taking your shoes off and turn around and come right back. So I said, okay, well, I guess you probably should stay. So she ended up, I'm glad that she ended up coming today, but Kathy has been working at Eastland this year, and she's doing a great job. Who are you here with today, Kathy? Yes, I'm here with you too. And I believe that's it for me. I'll take this.
I worked with Kathy at Roseville Middle School like a while ago, and she spent some time at the high school as well, so she's done all 3 secondary buildings now, so. Oh, those good old days. Yeah. Mr. Lafeef? Encore performance by Mr. Lafeef today, twice. The crowd is just so happy.
First of all, I want to thank congratulate the 3 teachers. I believe I was involved with hiring all 3 of you. So you never know what you have. I used to say to John all the time, until they're actually in a classroom and they've lived there a while. And I've seen all 3 of you grow. That's really cool. So congratulations. What am I supposed to do now?
Here you go.
Oh, here you go.
Your coach is here.
Oh. Okay. That's your park.
BB dog.
Kaiser. Okay. Is Kathy Dorman here? I don't believe so. Elizabeth Frankowiak? I don't think she was. I talked to her today, and I don't believe she's coming. Nancy Garrett, I know she's here. Come on up here, Nancy. Okay, I am not going to do this as well as Miss Torpy. For those that don't know, she's recovering from surgery. So they went to the home and got me a pass for a few weeks. And so I'm in here, okay? I guess the thing that maybe that strikes me the most about Nancy is that I think she brought stability to our gifted and talented program, if you don't know that. And I think she brought stability and took it to a different step, so I appreciate that. And she does, and she's real involved with our Kaiser. She's just not, it's a district program, but she's real involved with the staff over there, so I thank you for being at Kaiser. You don't want to acknowledge him? You better. I understand if you don't want to. Ted, stand up. Now sit down. Anybody else? Debbie Howland. I don't think she is either. She deals with these, they're about this big coming in. Yeah, but they're only 2 or 3 or 4. They actually grew. Caitlin Wesley, come on up, Caitlin. Caitlin works with, it's funny, I spend a lot of years at middle school. It probably explains why I am the way I am. And really the 5th grade in elementary school now is middle school, if you ever have a child at that age. And she deals with them all day, so God bless her. And you have to deal with firmness, but they also have to like you, and she's figured that out. So she really does a nice job. Is there anybody here you want to? You just your oh. She brought her grandpa. And Kurt Wyszynski, I know he's not here. He said he had a baseball game tonight. I'm pretty sure he's not. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, wait, one more.
Yeah, we'll pack them up for him. We'll get them at the end.
So I have 4 teachers from my building that have some years in. One is present, so I'll get to her at the end. But Kathy Dorman actually goes to Fountain, and she has 40 years in, and I believe she's retiring this year. So, and then Amy August, who is a lower L teacher in our building, is not here today, and she has 20 years in. And then Kathleen Barr is a head of latchkey at our building, and she has 15 years in. So, and the teacher that is here today from our building is Ms. Terry Bouse. Come on down. Bouse has 20 years in our district, and I've had the pleasure and honor of working with her over the past few years. And she teaches a special ed class, 3-4, and she does a remarkable job with the kids. You go in her classroom, everybody's on task, the kids are having a good time, and she does an excellent job. She's very good at what she does, and I'm glad to have her in my building.
No, I'm here with my Roseville and my Fountain friends.
We're going to keep Mr. Komorowski up here because he is earning his 15-year accolades today. Roseville fan. Congratulations, Brandon. Brandon is a new principal this year, and he's been doing a phenomenal job. It takes a lot of time and effort, and the learning curve, as he could attest to in your first year as principal, all the things that you have to learn beyond what a teacher has to do in managing a building, and he's doing a great job. So keep up the good work, Mr. Komorowski. Mr. Schultz.
Look at all these. Holy cow. They're all here. You guys are loaded here.
You got your sheet? Yeah. All right, I know I saw Laney, Miss K. Oh, she's right in front of me. She's tiny. Give me a break. All right, Miss K is being honored for, I think, 20 years. Yep. Miss K is our third grade teacher at Huron Park. And as you can see, she's tiny, she's very quiet, she's very, fun, but she does a wonderful job in class. You just see her do the games with these kids, the math games, and get a bunch of third graders playing and having fun in there. And then when she says to stop, they stop. We were talking, a little story, we were talking during one of her observations, and she had told them that the timer's on. When the timer goes, clean up. I barely heard the timer. And I'm watching, I'm talking to her, and I'm looking around, and every kid started putting things away, got it, and they were sitting down waiting for her. That's how good she is. So we love having Laney at our building, and 10 more years at least, right?
Right.
Who'd you bring with you?
I brought my husband and my Roseville family. Thank you, guys.
Lanny also comes to my marketing meetings regularly, so we get to see her every month.
Well, now I got to turn the page way over. This next lady's been here 40 years. Miss Hanley, Patty Hanley. Miss Hanley, I think has been in special ed all 40, haven't you? Miss Hanley's been in special ed all 40 years. I've had the pleasure of working with her back in the day when I had the upper L and she had the lower L special ed kids, and it was always a pleasure having her children come to me because they would say, Miss Hanley didn't do that. Miss Hanley didn't do that. Miss Hanley didn't tell us that. So I just tell her, you're not Miss Patty in baby Patty Blaker's room anymore. You're now in the real life. But she loves all the kids. I mean, she's not just the TC in Huron Park. All the kids love her. She has no problem getting in there and talking to any kid, helping them. And if you got a special ed question, you ask her. Our special ed director's over here. and I'm telling you, we love her dearly. So we're really happy to have her, and congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you. And I've enjoyed I tell my boys and my daughter all the time, where could you ever go every single day and enjoy your job? And I do. For 40 years, I have enjoyed all the many hugs I get in the hall, and the kids give me a lot of laughter. So I've enjoyed these 40 years, and I've decided that this year I'm going to retire too. I brought my husband, Jim, and my sister, Rose, and my niece is here, too, Christy, and my dear friend, Joyce, and her husband, Fred, who didn't want to miss it. So thank you.
Oh, there's one other person that's not going to leave. That's Mr. Schultz. He's earning his 30-year accolades today. Congratulations, Mr. Schultz. You can always tell when Mr. Schultz is around, because if he's laughing, the whole building knows. And you just know it's Mr. Schultz. And he's done a wonderful job at Huron Park as a principal. And he's able to, be tough but caring with kids. And that sometimes is a difficult job to do. And he does it with such finesse. We appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you. Like Ms. Hanley said, it's been a wonderful 30 years. The Roseville family is just that. It's a family. And I'm a pleasure being here, and I'm glad to be here. And like Ms. Hanley, I'm retiring this year also. That didn't actually come from me, but I'm saying my brother and his wife are here for me, and our Roseville family, so.
So, Mr. Schultz, you have to take yours. That counts. And are you going to come back on Halloween with some great costumes? It's almost like an event. You have to go see what Mr. Schultz wears for Halloween, Fred Flintstone, and he was the Hulk another year, and, so Shrek another year. He comes up with these great costumes, so a lot of fun for the kids. Next we have Mr. Steck. We're going to start with Mr. Steck. He's getting an accolade today as well for 20 years. Are you that old already? Mr. Steck is getting 20 years as an employee, but he also did about 13 years in Roseville as a student? Oh, it wasn't more, was it?
It was not.
Okay, all right, just okay.
Short Elementary School, Guest Junior High, 2 years at the old Roseville, 2 years at the new.
So congratulations on your 20 years.
Thank you very much. It's really incredible how fast time goes by. If you told me that I worked 20 years in this district and didn't actually have the proof, I wouldn't believe it. The time has flown by. It's been a great 20 years, and here for at least 10 more. I'm not going anywhere, so thank you. I'm not here with anybody except, again, my Roseville family. Principal at Comment Elementary, we have one staff member receiving accolades tonight. That is Miss Mickens. If you'd like to come on up. Would you like to bring your daughter up? Miss Mickens has been in the district for 20 years as well. I've actually worked a significant portion of those 20 years in the same building as Ms. Mickens, which is quite nice. She's notoriously soft-spoken, but commands respect of the students, of parents, of her fellow teachers, and of administrators. She does a great job. Roseville Community Schools is lucky to have her. Comment Elementary is as lucky to have her, and we thank you for all you do, and congratulations on 20 years. I know you have another family member here.
I do, besides the Roseville family, of course, my husband Major and my daughter Maya. Thank you.
Ms. Williams? Patton Elementary School?
We're getting there.
I have two accolades. The first, Lisa Allen, who can't be here. She has moved and she now lives an hour away. So she has asked me to say a couple words. She's receiving 10-year accolades, and I'll tell you what, she's my secretary, and she is my left and right person. What she does as the first face of Patton Elementary, that you see when you come in and that is answering the phone, she does an absolutely outstanding job for all the staff, students, as well as parents. So she could not be here, so she's sad, and I'll give it to her. Now, my other staff member, Melinda Gaska. Melinda Gaska has been in our district over 40 years. She has trained a lot of principals in those 40 years. I am just one of them. 5 years we've been working together. She does an absolutely outstanding job. She has the most unusual classroom in all of Roseville. Students come back just to see the classroom, how it evolves over the years. All kinds of interesting things going on in it. She makes a big difference. She has a way of making science come alive and be memorable on so many levels.
I'd like to welcome my Roseville family, who's always been around for me, my bestest pal, Joycey Bathurst. And I do have a mummified animal in my car right now that my mom found for me, so I'll be bringing it to school tomorrow. Can't tell if it's a bat or a rat or a squirrel, but we'll investigate it. It's really cool.
How do you make that come alive?
Oh, God.
Go up behind the kid, though. It's already dehydrated. It's another form of mummification. Thank you very much.
Dr. Adams? You want this nice organized list?
Okay. I don't think Dan, we're starting out with 15 years. I don't think Dan Cheshire is here this evening, but he's celebrating earning accolades for 15 years. He's our director of our music program. Also 15 years, Miss Angie Houghton. Come on up, Ange. Ange has made the transition to special ed from the English department and is a wonderful addition for our kids in special ed. Ange?
Thank you. I just wanted to thank my mom and dad are here, Alice and Jim Benefield, and my husband, Andy, and my daughter, Avery, Lila, and Charlotte. I couldn't do what I do without their support, so I love you guys and thank you for being here.
Next for 15 years, Karen Levesque. I don't think Karen is here. She's in our social studies department. And next in 15 years is Keith Marzak. Keith, come on up. Keith is our department leader in physical education. He's also our head baseball coach. He serves on our leadership team at the school, is one of the go-to guys, not only in our school, but in his department as well. Keith?
Nothing at this time.
All right, Keith. John Ranowski, also 15 years accolades. I don't think John is here. He's a chemistry teacher at the high school. Now, for 20 years, I don't know if Jennifer Copley is here, one of our cooks in the kitchen. Jennifer is not here this evening. Okay. Sally Dodge, I don't think, is here as well. She is 20 years. And I know Andrea is here. Andrea Gabber, 20 years. Come on up, Andrea. Andrea was a phenomenal math teacher, made the transition to what we call an RTI program that offers extra help, time and support for kids who need it, and is the lead teacher in that department. Andrea?
I am here with my husband, Greg, and my daughter, Reagan. And I know it's hard to believe I've been here 20 years since I'm only 29.
Also, 20 years is Gene Randolph in our art department. I don't think Gene is here as well. Now for 25, Sue Dejolowski. Come on up, Sue. Sue runs our child care class and department and does a wonderful job bringing our kids over to a few elementary schools and working with the elementary kids. Yeah. All right, Sue.
I'm here tonight with my oldest sister, my younger sister, and my forever friend since 7th grade.
On to 30 years, Lori Coppola. Lori is our lead counselor, in charge of scheduling and all things counseling. She's the veteran, and as I think somebody said, trains principals. Lori does that as well over at the high school. So
I try to train him. It doesn't work always. I am here today with my husband and my 3 boys, Anthony, Brian, Caleb, my son Brian's girlfriend, Natalie, and my Roseville family, and all of my former students that are teaching with me now.
Also 30 years, Carolyn Zekine-Weed. Carolyn, come on up. Carolyn is our Spanish teacher at the high school. Just got her son back home from college, so she's happy on Friday, right? Yeah.
Hi, this is the first time that I've actually brought somebody with me after 30 years. Because when I started, the one that I brought, who just finished his freshman year at Michigan Tech, wasn't even born yet, wasn't even thought of yet. And now I have 3 in college and just enjoying myself. So thank you very much. So Michael, thanks for coming. And thank you to my Roseville family who has sat, Lori, who has sat with me every time. So thank you very much.
Mr. Benton, Roseville Middle School. Yeah, we'll do Steeler last.
Well, I have 18 people to introduce, and I have a 5-minute speech for all of them, so I hope that's okay. Actually, I only have 4 people. 2 of them are here, and I'll start with the first one who's here tonight with 10 years of service, Mr. Lester Billheimer. Now, Les has the distinguished honor of being my secretary, and I could not do my job without him. Absolutely keeps me going, keeps me pointed in the right direction every single day, and absolutely keeps the building running behind the scenes. So, Les, thank you for 10 years of service.
I am here with somebody. My first work spouse that left me, Dave Rice. My second work spouse that is going in for an annulment, Mr. Benton.
We also have a 15 years of service. I don't believe she's here tonight. Cindy Larson, who's a special ed teacher, a teacher consultant in the building. Another staff member that we have here tonight with 25 years of service is Patrick Einecker. Pat is our daytime custodian in the building, and in my entire career in Roseville, it's tough to say I can encounter someone who on a day-to-day basis is a more pro-Roseville guy, who is willing to bend over backwards to do things in support of the district, take up extra things beyond just the scope of his daily responsibilities, and absolutely has done a great job in his 25 years of representing the district, of speaking up for the district, and being an advocate for the district. So, Pat, thank you.
I'm only going to talk for like 10, 15 minutes. No, I remember Mr. Benton back at the high school when I was at the high school, and I met him his first year teaching. We had a few fun nights together back then, so glad you grew up, though. No, I brought my, I know, right? I brought my family, my Pacone family. My wife is working tonight, and my Uncle John Steelan. So, but I actually been in the district for 26 plus 13, so that's 39 years I've been in Roseville. So I'm still going. I got at least another 15 left in me.
And our final staff member who cannot be here tonight is a member of our nighttime custodial crew, tremendous worker with 30 years of service, Sue Van Maley.
Mr. Felker, come on up.
Last but not least.
Steelan Elementary.
Second time in a row, we save the best for last.
Of course. I thought you requested.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chuck Felker. I'm the principal at Steenland Elementary School. I have 6 people, plus Miss Pacone, 7. She already got to come up, that we can honor tonight. Only one of them is here, though, so I'm going to run through the list real quick. Miss Buckus, 2nd grade, she has 10 years. Mrs. Beeler, kindergarten, 15 years. Mrs. Bird, she teaches our upper EI classroom with 15 years. Miss Christy O'Callahan, DK, 15 years. And Miss Vihar, 5th grade, 15 years. Miss Wetzel, 20 years of service. So I've known Amy for quite a few years, back even when she was at Kaiser Elementary. My wife worked over there. And last year, she was able to move to my building to teach the lower emotionally impaired classroom, where she has really found her niche. She does a wonderful job with these kids. She fits in great with our staff, and it's been a wonderful 2 years. So thank you very much. Who are you here with tonight?
I'm here with my husband, my mom, my sister, and my daughter, Catherine.
She didn't take the leftovers.
Now, they say Teachers' Day is today, and Teachers' Week is this week, but every day it's Teachers' Day. And we appreciate all you do for us, all our staff. Roseville wouldn't be as great as it is without all of our staff, from the cooks and bottle washers and everything else to our bus drivers, and we appreciate each and every one of you every day. So thank you very much. Thank you for sitting through this. We hope you had a nice evening. But don't leave yet. One more minute. Don't leave yet. Sorry.
Fine.
We're going to do our comments from the board members. If anybody wants to say anything, we'll start with Mr. What's your name? Felice? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. McCartney.
That would be McCartney.
I'm sorry, no, but I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're used to it.
I know. Thank you.
Just congratulations to the entire staff. A lot of you I know personally. A lot of you know a person that I know very personally, and she has nothing but wonderful things to say about you. You guys know who you are. You make the district, and congratulations. Thank you.
Now, Mr. DeFelice.
Very nice evening. Congratulations, everyone, for a fine job. Very nice. Thank you.
Mr. Swit.
Congratulations. Just going over this list and some of these teachers, 40 and 30 and 20 years, it's hard to get over what, being in the district, all of my lifetime. And just congratulations, and to the spelling students, thanks again.
Ms. Green.
Congratulations to everybody, and tonight I've seen some, I didn't feel good, and I started not to come, but I thought, oh, I gotta go, even if I can't stay. And so I came, and I'm glad I did, because I see a 40-year friend out there smiling. So, just seeing you guys made me feel good. So keep up the good work, and I love you.
Mr. Anderson?
Congratulations, and thank you all for all of the hard work that you continue to do.
Mr. Francisco?
Congratulations to everyone. And the spelling bee students, I just want to tell you, when I was in elementary school, I always had trouble with spelling. Look at my name. My teacher put on a flashcard next to my desk, you'll learn how to spell. It didn't work. Congratulations.
Well, my son's back there doing the camera, and his favorite word in school that he missed the whole time he was in elementary school was birthday. He spelled birthday wrong. How do you spell that, Joe? Mr. Komet.
Joe, you can cut that out of the tape. I guess I just want to start by thanking all of you teachers out there for what you do. Probably the greatest thrill that we have is when a student comes back to us and recognizes us, be it in a grocery store or a street or wherever it is. And you make a difference in a lot of kids' lives. And I'm very, very proud to have worked in Roseville and to be involved with all of you as employees of the Roseville schools. And thank you for the job that you do. Tell them your word. I went down on hospital.
Mr. Mark?
I know this took a lot of time tonight, but we value your loyalty to this district, and that's why we want to spend the time to recognize you for all the time and things that you do for our staff. And so keep up the good work, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Mr. Hedmark?
We total up the hours or the years today, and just this group being recognized this evening totaled over 1,285 years of experience. Just this group that was here tonight.
Wow.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Mr. Dinning?
That is amazing. Congratulations, everyone.
Mr. Stephen?
Looking around this room, I've worked with a lot of you teachers back when I was a custodian in the building, and it seems like yesterday. I really admire what you guys did and continue to do. Hopefully you're around, and unfortunately you're retiring. We're definitely going to miss after 40 years. So, again, congratulations to everybody.
All set?
Patty, I just want to know, how much did Danny give you for running the building? Because I know you ran your own part.
No, I don't like that job. When he says he's going, I say no. You can't go till Africa.
Well, with that, we're going to take a little recess so you folks can run out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening and take the kids home. And thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you.